Okay, hi everyone, Fox 19 now. First alert meteorologist Anna DuVall here with your forecast update. Here's a live look outside right now. Across the Queen City, we're having a gorgeous sunset out there. It was looking a little better earlier. We had some pinks, some purples in the mix, but this is what it's looking like right now. Again, still a very gorgeous view out there. If you're heading out the door, you might even catch a glimpse of the sunset, especially in the next couple of minutes here. I hope everyone enjoyed their day today. It's a little cold, a little chilly. The Cincinnati Cyclones are playing right now. So it's a great night for that as well, to stay indoors, be warm. Any indoor activities are pretty good tonight. 31 degrees right now, feeling more like 25. That's in Cincinnati. If we take a look at another one of our cameras, we'll see that Mount Auburn, we're feeling like 25 and 31 as well. So definitely seeing those clouds out there. You can see them off of our camera, and on our satellite and radar you can see those clouds start streaming in for the time being. So we'll see those clouds throughout the evening tonight. Current conditions, this is what we're looking like. Mostly cloudy skies for most people. A few places are seeing some breaks in the clouds. You saw that pretty sunset where the clouds are sort of breaking up there. 31 Cincinnati, 30 in Hamilton, 28 in Batesville, and 27 in Wilmington. So definitely chilly conditions. If you're heading out the door, you're going to feel these chillier conditions, and those will kind of continue going through tonight, going through tomorrow as well. So definitely going to continue these colder, sorry guys, I was pulling up my own live stream. Yeah, so colder conditions throughout the night. This is what it's looking like out there right now. And again, cold conditions throughout the tri-state. If we zoom out, you can see 26 in Chicago, 22 in Cleveland, 45 in Nashville, and 56 in Atlanta. So definitely warmer down in the south there. And we're having northerly winds, and those northerly winds are bringing in some of that colder air into the tri-state here. However, we are a few degrees warmer right now than we were this time yesterday, and that's due to the fact that we saw the sun a little bit more today. And you know, that will continue to be the trend. We'll see more sun going into tomorrow as well for your Bengals forecast. Here's what it's feeling like with your wind chill. So this is your feels like temperatures outside. 27 Georgetown, 21 in West Union, 30 in Lebanon, Middletown, Hamilton, feeling more like 26 in Cincinnati, 29 in Connorsville. So again, pretty chilly if you're heading out there. Going through tonight, it's going to be cold, 23 degrees, much like we saw yesterday. So going to continue to be cold. Will be cold tomorrow morning as well. A couple places getting into the mid to upper 20s going into tomorrow morning. But overall, we'll be in the low 20s there moving forward. Going into Tuesday, Wednesday, you can see those temperatures really start to peak there. Those are our low temperatures. Now take a look at our high temperatures. We'll really jump up, even getting into the 60s going into Thursday, Friday. So warmer days are definitely on the way here. Monday 49, we'll be in the 50s Tuesday and Wednesday, the 60s by the end of the week. So warmer temperatures are ahead. But for now, we're dealing with cold air, we're dealing with cold temperatures, and later on we'll see those warmer temperatures. We saw that there. We do have some rain on the way, so not only are we dealing with those cold temperatures for now and those warmer temperatures later, we're also dealing with some rain chances, especially going into Tuesday. So we're staying dry through our Monday. Going into Tuesday, we do have very spotty shower chances going into Tuesday afternoon. You see that there. Then as we move into Wednesday, staying mostly dry. But then Thursday, we have another round of rain come into the forecast going into Friday early morning. So we're watching late Wednesday going into Friday. And you can see where those heavier pockets are going to be just to the northwest of us. So we'll be watching that closely, especially with those thunderstorm chances moving forward. But that all pushes out going into the weekend. So that's really the only major thing we have to talk about. We can track out tomorrow for you again for your Bengals forecast. Kickoff is at 1, so heading into 1 o'clock, it's going to be mostly sunny skies out there. Clouds do filter back in again by the evening, but then we'll clear out for our Monday for the most part before the clouds file back in for Tuesday's rain. And then again, we'll see those scattered showers there going into Tuesday. That's going to be the same story looking on any of these models here. If we move forward, again, warmer temperatures are on the way for Monday. We're expected to see a couple of those spotty showers there on Tuesday, and then Wednesday mostly dry. Thursday into Friday is that next rain chance. So that's just something we're watching out for moving forward. So this weekend we're going to stay in the 30s. Monday will be in the 40s. Tuesday will be in the 50s, and then by the end of the week we're going to be into the 60s. So we definitely have a lot warmer temperatures on the way, double in fact, moving into the end of the week ahead. So that's really what we're looking like. I can show you guys that rain chance once again here. It's mostly for that middle portion of the week. Tuesday, that spotty chance, lower chance for our Wednesday, but then Thursday evening, late evening going into Friday, that's when we'll see our next big rain chance into the forecast, and then lingering into Saturday. So that's what we're watching out for in terms of rainfall. I want to show you guys in terms of temperature here. The Climate Prediction Center is expecting us to be well above normal moving into the next 10 days. And again, this is included in our 7-day. That's why we'll see those 60s come into the forecast. This is January 9th through the 13th. If we move forward here and show you guys 8 to 14 days out, this is January 11th through 17th. We're supposed to be maybe slightly above average, but mostly closer to normal there, going past our 7 to 10 days. So past our forecast, we're expected to be right about our normal, which is going to be pretty cold for this time of year because it is January. I did want to show you guys one more thing, show you guys that precipitation outlook for 8 to 14 days. We're supposed to be below normal going into the end of January, which means with those above average temperatures to normal temperatures and below average rainfall, we're not really expecting to see any snow, at least in the next 8 to 10 days here, 8 to 14 days into the middle portion of January, supposed to be staying relatively dry moving forward once we get past this little bit of rain. This is not to say we won't see any rain. It's just going to be below our average, but that's what we're looking out for. I'm going to show you guys this, make that temperature trend look a little easier here. So we go through Monday. By those afternoon hours, I went a little too far. By those afternoon hours, we'll be seeing the upper 40s, low 50s across the tri-state here. It's showing blue, but again, that's pretty warm for this time of year, so something to look forward to. And then as we go into Tuesday afternoon, we'll be in the mid to upper 50s, and then going into Wednesday afternoon, again, the 50s. Thursday and Friday is when we see the 60s possibly go into the forecast there. So we're watching out for the 60s going into Thursday and Friday. Again, there's the 60s. This is upper 60s. So we're watching out for that, but then you see this cold air that's right behind it that's going to move on in. So we're watching out for a colder weekend going into next weekend. So we'll probably be back to around where we are right now going into next weekend. But for now, we do have something to look forward to. We do have those warmer temperatures on the way here. I'll show you guys one more time what that rain looks like. And again, this is a pretty extended model. It's still pretty far out. So we're just showing you guys the basics of what is going to happen right now. We'll have more detail, obviously, moving forward. You saw that in the afternoon on Tuesday, going into Tuesday evening. That's when we'll start to see a few very spotty showers out there. A lot of people staying dry through that. Going into Wednesday, staying mostly dry as well. Thursday during the day will be dry, but then going into the afternoon, that's when we start to see the spotty showers come in. Maybe a few rumbles of thunder going into the later portion of Thursday, going into early morning Friday. So during that morning commute, you can expect to see a few showers out there going into Friday, and those are going to linger around for most of the day Friday. Heading into Saturday, we will start to dry out. So that's really all that we have to show you guys. Again, not a lot happening, just that warm-up happening for the time being, and again, those rain chances by the middle portion of the week. I'm going to show you guys that 7-day here, and then we'll move on. I'm going to show you guys that Bengals forecast here on your Sunday as well. 37 degrees is your high temperature. Again, kickoff is at 1 p.m. against the Cleveland Browns, so just be on the lookout for colder temperatures, but when you're tailgating, around 32, 35 around kickoff, and then we'll get into the upper 30s there by the time you're heading home from the game. So we'll warm up by the end, but you're definitely going to need some layers to sit outside. It's still going to be pretty chilly out there, but we'll see a lot of sun expected by the afternoon hours. Hopefully that'll help warm you up a little bit, but there'll still be a breeze, and it's still going to be pretty chilly out there. Going to Monday, we obviously have that warm up coming where we're going to be in the 40s, 50s by the time we reach Tuesday, Wednesday, but that's also when we introduce that rain chance on Tuesday. And then as we go into Thursday, that's when we see that bigger rain chance start. Late Thursday evening going into Friday is when we start to see that bigger rain chance come into the forecast. By the time we reach Saturday, temperatures kind of start to plummet again. We'll see the 50s, 40s, 30s, so we're kind of doing the 7-day in reverse once we get to the end of the week here. But that's really all I have for you guys. Yeah, so I hope everyone has a great rest of your Saturday, a great Sunday tomorrow for your Bengals. I'll be back here tomorrow at 6, and you guys can watch us tonight, 10 p.m. And yeah, that's all I have. So I hope everyone has a great rest of your weekend.